So, my name is Mike, and I just ordered the Pandora's Box 4S from a company called YaJing on Amazon. And I unboxed it and was very happy to receive this unit. Let's see, it's July 20th, I think, and the ETA was between August 4th and August 27th. I live in North Florida, and I bought this as a novelty item and kind of a research project because I am a game developer. I do Xmiguplay.com. It's my development company, and I do retro-inspired games. And this comes with 680 classic arcade games, and I thought this was a perfect research project and a nice addition to my office. Runs HDMI or VGA output. I've decided to go with the 4x3 format to try to give that arcade sense of playing on the old, 4x3 CRT monitors in the arcade back in the day. But I might switch to a 16:9 depending on whether this screen works good for the GUI, and depending on, I'm trying to, I guess, avoid stretching out the graphics for the game, so I'd prefer to stick to a 3x4, but I might have to go 16:9 just in case. Just in case the GUI doesn't go well on a 4x3. But here are the connections. I got the power running, and it's really easy to set up. You can plug in headphones also. And, make sure I don't have the volume cranked up because my wife is taking a nap. There we go. Turn on this bad boy. And this is it. I'm running it for the first time. Well, that's exciting. So I'm going to just quickly go through the list of games on here. I wanted to just do a quick review, primarily to call out YaJing, because they only had like 3 reviews on their Amazon page when I ordered it, and they had a very fair price. It was $280, and like I said, this is a novelty and research project for my company X-MiGuPLAY, so I really didn't want to spend more than I needed to, although there are a lot of options out there for the Pandora 4S online. But cool, let's go through the game list real quick. So these are all King of Fighters. I'm not sure how to scroll. That button's working. Oh, there we go. Alright. King of Fighters. It's also important to note that the text here is in English. Some of the units that I saw people buying online were apparently getting shipped in Chinese, and I guess if you don't know Chinese, you'd be pretty irritated with that. But yeah, it looks like the 4x3 looks great for the GUI, so I guess it'll adjust accordingly to your monitor. For the 16:9, that's, I think a lot of the ones that I saw demoed online were being demoed on 16:9 ratio TVs and monitors. So here's the game list. I'm not going to read it. You can pause it. Definitely a lot of Street Fighter games available on here, which were one of my favorites growing up. And then some obscure games that I've never even heard of, from what I remember in the reviews I saw online and the list I looked through. Wasn't this Darkstalkers? Huh. You have to try that one out. It's Jackie Chang. It's Jackie Chang. It's Jackie Chang. So we might have some wiring issues here because I only used the joystick and oh, you know what? I think I ran out of time. Cool. Okay, so coin and start held down together got me out of there. Is this where we left off? Yeah, Jackie Chang. So you can go in here and adjust your settings so that you don't have to worry about the timer countdown and all that causing issues for you. The joysticks do feel kind of cheap, but you know, all things considering, the whole thing is very lightweight, which I like, but you know, it's not like it was made by Ferrari or Rolls-Royce over here. It's not the most high-end feeling, but with it being $70 cheaper than the average price I saw online, that to me is worth it, because again, this is just a big old toy. But if I get into this hobby, I think you can replace all your joysticks and buttons with the Sansa. I think Sansa, something like that, is the brand that manufactures the legendary arcade accessories. Might have some grounding issues on the speakers too. I don't know if y'all hear that buzzing. Special Project Y. That looks a whole lot like Space Harrier. Interesting. Alright, watch that timer. This was great. Loved Moonwalker, the arcade. What a fun game. One game I was hoping to have on here was Afterburner, or like Thunderblade would have been cool, but still 680 games, so it should be plenty to keep me entertained. Looking forward to playing the Metal Slug series. These games are hilariously awesome. LEDs are changing lights. I don't know if this is something I'll be able to change. Ah, one of my favorites. Nice. So apparently, I think the Rainbow Street Fighters were... I don't know if it was someone other than Capcom that started messing with how the game played, but I saw some really weird stuff. I don't think I saw them in the arcade when I was up and coming, so I'm definitely curious to play these through. So many Street Fighters. Street Fighter for days since the original. Can't wait to try this. I never played that one. Nice. Samurai Showdown looks pretty dope. A lot of SNK on here. Fatal Fury. I remember playing this, I think, on Super Nintendo. Oh, forgot about the countdown. Sorry. Ready, go! By the way, I have an infant sleeping in this room, and I cannot believe she hasn't woken up crying for attention. I might actually get through this video without interruption. A lot of one-on-one fighters. Never even heard of Power Instinct. Nice. Good old Dragon Ball. Played R-Type in Nintendo, I think. I think Contra's on here too. Played this on Sega Genesis with my brother back in the day. Never played the arcade version. Should be interesting to see. That was the whole thing in the late 80s, early 90s, is you wanted your video games at home to look the way that they did in the arcade, but the 8-bit and 16-bit systems just couldn't quite keep up. So you never got a truly accurate port of your games. Compare Mortal Kombat 1 on Genesis to the arcade, and it's just not even close. Oh, damn it. See how many more times I forget to put in coins. Right, I'm done with you. 1945. Blazing Star, Alpha Mission. Haven't played half these games. Konami. Sure, at some point I'll add some music to this video. Prevent this from being so boring. I really got to check and see if that speaker's grounded properly or not. So weird. Thunder Dragon. That looks kind of dope. And I forgot again. Damn it. Again, you just hold these two buttons together. Sweet. Yay, soccer. Or as the rest of the world calls it, football. Dark Combat. Interesting. It's a weird little circle walk thing they did. I don't think they got Tekken on here either. That would have been kind of cool. But I think most of these games are like 2D sprite-based games. This is so tedious. I think you can also go into the settings for the unit and set like your favorites, so they pop up first, and then you can go through the entire list, so you're not having to remember obscure numbers. Or you can just put a post-it note on the controller. Getting into some real old school classics here. So probably the ones my parents are gonna play. Mario Brothers. It's me, Mario. Reset the timer again. I think you can change that setting. Ghosts and Goblins, played that on Sega Genesis. Frogger. I think we're almost there. Pac-Man. Yeah, boy. Metal Saber. Shadow Warriors. This Ignition Ninja Gaiden. Shadow Dancer, sweet. Played that on Genesis. Oh, that was fun. I need to try to design a faux 2.5D game like that. Used to love those. Outrun, Hang On, Space Harrier. Alright, this is it. It's the final countdown. Alright. And there you have it. 680 games. If you have more interest in looking into my company, it is Xmiguplay.com, and we are just releasing our first title. There you have it. Home arcade system. Thanks for watching.